On the news this afternoon, federal government urged to partner Rivers State government to tackle flooding. Rivers Chief Judge, 5 others to meet with CJN today. Consultants ask federal government to declare state of emergency on health sector. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson defends UK's response to Taliban takeover in Afghanistan. I am Ifiemi Andrew. President General of Obiakpo Youth Agenda, Budoka Waliogba, is calling on the federal government to partner with the Rivers State government in tackling the problem of flooding in the state. As you may know, heavy rainfall last week saw major roads and homes flooded, especially in Port Harcourt. Mr. Waliogba tells our correspondent that if the issue of flooding must be properly addressed, then the federal government must partner with the state government. He called for drainages, especially on federal roads, to be cleared.
The flood is here again. We've been appealing to the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, partner with the state government to see how they can provide solution to the issue of flood. The issue of flood in the states, we're all aware, is an ecological problem. There are so many whole lot of challenge that this flood comes with. As a matter of fact, it's even affecting our economy. The people of Rivers State suffered for issue of flood in years back. We see these flood issues mainly on the federal roads, and as such, it requires the attention of the federal government to come down to Rivers State and clean up the drainages that is accompanied by the federal road. The East-West road is in total mess.
He also called on influential APC members from Rivers State to draw the attention of the federal government to the suffering of the people in the state as a result of the floods.
I'd like to appeal to the federal government to keep politics apart. Also, the supporters of other parties in Rivers State to keep politics apart. We are aware that we have prominent men that in the All Progressive Congress. They must keep politics apart and remember that Rivers State is our own, and support. Join us to call on federal government to see how they can come in and assist the state government in the issue of this flood. It affects every one of us in the state. We can't be pretending about it. In years back, we've written several letters to the Ministry of Works, the Ministry of Environment, to the Presidency, and see how they can come to Rivers State and provide solution to some of these issues. But there have not been any response to it.
Moving on, Ignatius Ajiru University of Education, Port Harcourt, says it has suspended one of its students for allegedly selling substances suspected to be Indian hemp on campus. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Ozo Mekuru Ndimele, in a statement said Newton Ezebola Nsiegbe of the Department of Political Science was caught with over 1.75 grams of Indian hemp by the university security and has been handed over to the NDLEA for further investigation. The statement said the matter has been referred to the Students' Disciplinary Committee to determine his fate as a student of the university. The Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Sibyod Amadi, alongside Chief Judges of Kebbi, Cross Rivers, Anambra, Jigawa and Imo states, are expected to meet with the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed, today. They are to answer questions on the controversial conflicting orders delivered in their various states. The CJN had in a memo demanded the records of proceedings in all the suits on which conflicting ex parte orders were given. Zamfara State is in total telecommunications blackout after telecom operators in the country complied totally with federal government's order to shut down all activities in the state. The latest order, according to the federal government sources, is in a renewed effort to fight banditry and other forms of insecurity in Zamfara. Still ahead, consultants ask federal government to declare state of emergency on health sector. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The federal government is described as ridiculous, a threat by the Joint Health Sector Union to embark on a strike. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, said the federal government would on Tuesday meet with leadership of Johesu. The union, through its president, Josiah Biobele-Moye, had given a 15-day ultimatum to the Labour Minister and other stakeholders on Saturday in Abuja. Meanwhile, the minister also said that if resident doctors return to work, the federal government would withdraw its court case against the doctors.
I briefed Mr. President, and we have agreed that they should come back to work. And if they come back to work, we can take other things from there. We will draw the case in court, and then they will come back and get things done. So this is where we are with them, and we are saying other workers have lost their pay during strike. The Joint Health Systems Union, JOHESU, they lost their pay in 2018 when the no work, no pay was invoked.
The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, MDCAN, has called on the federal government to declare a state of emergency in the nation's health sector due to a number of issues. The MDCAN's newly elected national president, Victor Makanjuola, at a news conference said that members of the association are worried by exodus of medical doctors, spate of insecurity, poor welfare of members, and lack of modern facilities, among other issues. In business, the African Insurance Organization is holding its annual conference in Lagos. Chairperson of the local organizing committee, Ebelechukwu Nwachukwu, spoke on the theme of this year's conference, which is Rebuilding Africa's Economy and Insurance Perspective.
The theme of this conference, which is Rebuilding Africa's Economy and Insurance Perspective, is therefore coming at a time where the coronavirus pandemic has severely impacted economic activities all over the globe. The theme paper will attempt to look at broader issues of how insurance can contribute to and benefit from the effects of rebuilding the Africa economy post-COVID-19.
Mrs. Nwachukwu also recognized the presence of the President Muhammadu Buhari, commended him for making history as the first president to attend an insurance industry event. In entertainment, Nollywood actor Ibrahim Suleiman has revealed that a friend blocked him from getting a movie role. He took to Twitter to explain that a friend talked a producer into not considering him for the role. He added that he's putting the tweet out for future purposes because he knows the person will see it. In sports, Africa's football ruling body CAF has postponed the FIFA 2022 qualifying match between Guinea and Morocco following the coup d'etat in Guinea yesterday. A statement by CAF said the match will take place on a yet-to-be-announced date. The game was built to take place today, however, it has been moved due to security concerns in Conakry, where gunfire has been heard following the coup d'etat attempt.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson will defend his handling of the Afghanistan crisis in the Commons as he reiterates his vow to use every economic, political and diplomatic lever to help Afghans. Both he and Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab have faced criticism over the UK's response to the Taliban takeover. The Prime Minister will make a statement in the House later today. Meanwhile, US Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has told the BBC that he believes American troops will be going back to Afghanistan in the future.
Trump sent the military in to destroy it. When he left, there were 25 U.S. soldiers on the ground with NATO allies. They're no longer there. He killed Soleimani, which I think was a good thing. He rebuilt the military in a fashion where we can be effective all over the globe. The deterioration of the military during the Obama years was real. So here's my point. Whether you like Trump or not, whether you believe it's Trump's fault or Biden's fault, here's where we're at as a world. The Taliban are not reformed. They're not new. They're going to give safe haven to al-Qaeda. We will be going back into Afghanistan as we went back into Iraq and Syria.
On the news this afternoon, you heard that the federal government has been urged to partner the Rivers State government to tackle the problem of flooding in the state. Rivers Chief Judge, 5 others are set to meet with the CJN today. Consultants have asked the federal government to declare a state of emergency on the health sector. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has defended the UK's response to Taliban takeover in Afghanistan. The news was edited by Choma Ezewanfo. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Good afternoon.